What is up, guys? Today we're gonna add a little pitch to this propeller and see if I can gain a few miles per hour on my cruise speed without screwing up all my takeoff performance. This is a 68-inch Luga or NR prop powered by the Jabiru 2200 in this kitfox, and it shows an honest 80 miles per hour cruise speed, and I'm gonna try for a little bit more. So let's get started. So before we start, we got to figure out exactly where we're at, because I really like how it performs. Just for all-around performance, it gives me a pretty decent climb out and an 80-mile-an-hour cruise. So if I ever want to get back to it, we'll mark it on this tool here. To do that, I just slide this end right against my hub, right up against the spinner. I actually machined a flat spot on this spinner, and that does two things. It lets me push this end right up against, and it also makes the spinner flush with the top of the prop hub. Push it up against there, we lay it right on the blade, and it fits perfect. Spin it. Do the same with the other side. And we'll take and mark this edge and record what it was at static, just in case we ever got to get back to it. So for this test, I'm actually going to go 1 degree at a time. Just pull this down one more click. That should be a little bit coarser. That's the amount we're going to change it right there. Now that I have all these bolts loose, they're still snug, just want to grab it and give it a little twist. That's a little too much. Okay, so that is absolutely perfect where I want it. Spin it over. Do the same with this side. Okay, so there we go. Both sides are set exactly 1 degree more than what they were. Carefully tighten these bolts back down. So now we're gonna torque these bolts down. I'm gonna start at 10 foot-pounds. And then we'll double check them. Now that everything is snugged back up fairly tight, we'll do a double check, and we'll torque everything down. So this one actually moved a little bit on me. So I take this side loose and pull it back a little. This does take a little time. Okay, so everything is running perfect with each other. Now we got to retorque everything a little more, probably finish at like 12 foot-pounds. To do these, you want to do them staggered patterns and also set tracking at the same time, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so you guys are going to laugh at this. This is my method for setting tracking. Just get close. Put a mark, spin it over. So there we have it. We're about maybe a 1/16th off on tracking. So to correct that, when we do the final torque, we gotta figure out which side is making it like this. And tighten that side first and the other side second. And that'll take and pull the propeller one way or the other. And it doesn't take much. You can get these exactly on with a little bit of patience. So what it's telling me is this blade has to go back a little bit. So if I tighten these two up before these two, it should pull it back. We'll try it. All right, so let's see how we did. That's perfect, right between those two lines. I think we got it. But that is absolutely perfect, right between the two lines, both blades. I'm gonna go through and retorque the whole entire thing, probably go up to like 12 foot-pounds, and then recheck it, recheck the pitch, everything, and then we'll put it back together and go fly it. One little tip for you guys doing this, you wanna spin these blades really gently. Sometimes you gotta pull a couple spark plugs out, because as you're going, if you hit a compression stroke, it'll take the plane and do this, and then it screws you all up. So you want to be very gentle.
Okay, let's see if this adding 1 degree to that prop made any difference at all. Like I said earlier, this thing was an honest 80 miles per hour cruise, and we'll see if we gained a little bit. Okay, so climb out, it was actually about 200 feet per minute less than normal, which is pretty much expected. Better up here for a nice cruise. Okay, so at 2,900 RPM, that's what I usually cruise at. I'm showing 89. So I actually picked up 9 to 10 miles per hour with 1 degree of pitch at the same RPM. So at 2850, showing 87 to 88. That's actually a pretty big improvement. See what she's got here. Wide open throttle. Straight level is 3,100 RPM, showing 97. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes here, I think. It's cruising at 2,900 RPM, which is pretty normal. I'm actually indicating 87 to 90 miles per hour. Head temps are all running around 250. And exhaust temps are between 1,200 and 1,300. I think that's pretty good. So yeah, that's what 1 degree of pitch does. Just about 10 miles per hour. Yeah, no jabberoo. Alright guys, well that was fun. I'm just going to go fly around and have a little fun. It's Sunday morning and it's gorgeous, about 10 o'clock. Stick around, I got some fun cross-country trip planned for later on this month. See ya.
Okay guys, so it did work. It worked quite well, probably better than I thought it would. 1 degree in that propeller pulled between 8 and 10 miles per hour. And at first I thought I lost a little bit of climb out, but I did probably 10 touch and goes around here, and it was still pulling over 1,000 feet per minute climb out with just myself in it. I can't complain about that. This thing right now is between 87 and 90 mile an hour cruise. That's an easy cruise. And when you look at the landing gear, the tires, everything is draggy on it. So I'd say 90 miles an hour is pretty acceptable for this. Now, if you got something out of this video, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I got some fun stuff coming up. I got a long cross-country trip planned later this month with this airplane. That's what the whole reason for trying to gain a little more cruise speed was. So yeah, anyway, see you guys.